My name is Ji Yun Hong, and I am in English Language and Culture Department. And today, my topic is discriminating foreigners in Korea by their skin colors. Okay, the reason why I choose this topic is a few days ago, I happened to watch a small video clip from EBS that, okay, there's two foreign men, male, and one was from Canada and one was from Indonesia. And at the same time, at the same place, for during 1 hour, they asked almost over 50 people to get directions from Gangnam Station. The place was Gangnam Station, and then the Gangnam Station to Samsung COEX. And the common language they used was English. Okay, the two foreign guys in a foreign country, Korea, and it's obvious to ask the directions and kind of like wandering around where they are, and then they're lost, they seem lost. Okay, for the Canadian, almost 99% people actually really help him to go through the problems. And then although their English is very short, they try to use their body language and using hand gestures and actually run to the bus station and check the bus schedules and stations and everything. And then they helped him a lot. But for the Indonesian guy, whenever he approaches people, they're like, no English, and they ran away. Or they're like, no, please don't stop talking to me. They rejected him. And then after the interview, both Canadian guy and the Indonesian guy said they're shocked. Because before this experiment, they just felt that, okay, of course, Canadian guy will get help more than Indonesian guy. But it was so obvious, just drink for 1 hour. Okay, so today I would like to say that Koreans tend to have the supremacy of white supremacy in this Korean society. So so that's why I believe that Koreans have to throw away the ideology of white supremacy in order to treat them equally, everyone equally. And I think the reason, there are some reasons why people tend to get these tensions and ideology. Because if you look around, and then even the television show, we see, who knows Friends? Friends? Yes, many people knows Friends. Think about the Friends. There's no single African American guy or African American female in that main character. I mean, they're in Manhattan, they're in New York City. How come there's no one single African Americans or even Spanish or Asian? I mean, there's full of ethnicities in New York, but there's no one single darker skinned people. So that's why Koreans kind of tend to think that cool people or smart people or genius people are white. So we kind of tend to have these feelings that, oh, they're better than other ethnicity people. And the second, when you turn on the TV in Korea, I become really surprised. I mean, we are now in Korea, but why do I see so many Caucasians in the Korean advertisement? Especially Samsung, LG, all the major companies, they are trying to sell their products. Sometimes I'm really confused. Where am I? Am I in US, Canada, or somewhere in European country? So people kind of tend to think that what they're using, the products, are better than other products that Korean models are selling. And then third, these days, as Franklin, it's not here, but yeah, Franklin said, Korean people are really crazy about learning English. I understand. But when and then their school materials, I mean their study materials are they're from CNN or LA Herald, or LA Times, New York Times, all the American broadcasting and publishing materials. I mean, there a lot of people are using those materials to study. But if you look closely and study enough, then you will find, surprisingly, there are a lot of misinterpretation or misrepresentations of Latinos or African Americans or Southeast Asians, that there tends to be criminals in Anglophone culture publishing, especially U.S. But since Korean people get a lot of influences through the media and then especially American society, they tend to think that, okay, those darker skinned people are, color skinned people are criminals. They're bad, or they're just not civilized, or they're not like us. We're better than them. So, as I give you these 3 reasons, that I think that in order to become a globalized in Korea, that we are shouting at right now in these days, we have to stop thinking that whites are better than us, or we have to stop or throw away the ideology of white supremacy in this society. Thank you very much. Yes?
So you mean like how the Caucasian or white, they're portrayed in Korea like they have like white supremacy because of how the media portrayed it in the TV show and stuff?
Yes.
So Koreans have stereotypes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That question doesn't count.
Sorry, he's my friend.
Too easy.
Yes.
Can you maybe think of any other reason besides the media why this happened? Maybe the war?
Maybe Korean War. Maybe people, because the American soldiers and the UN, the Caucasians came here to help a lot of hard sufferings and hardships, and even into the war. That's why people tend to think that from the back then, from 1950s or 40s, that okay, they're helping us. They're more civilized, and they have food, and they have intellectual abilities, and they can stop North Korea to attack us. You know, those kind of those tendency maybe stays in Korea.
I have a question. I'm curious what you think about the role of gender in the depiction of white people in Korean media. There was recently a phone advertisement where there's a Korean woman and a white boyfriend who's cheating on her with a white woman in a, who looks kind of in a bikini or something. Do you know the advertisement I'm talking about? You said a lot of advertisements discuss, whites in a different way or use whites to sell Korean products. I've noticed that too. The strange thing is that in advertisements, it's much more common to see a Korean man with a white woman in a romantic relationship. But in reality, it's much more common to see the opposite, see Korean women with Western men. It's changing, but it's still mostly the opposite of what we see in advertising. Why? I mean, how does that connect to this idea of white supremacy?
You mean the Korean girls dating the Anglophone culture?
Well, why in the media are white men with Korean women more often? I'm sorry, why are white women with Korean men more often in the media?
White men with Korean women. Okay, is that your... white girl with Korean men.
Right. In the media, white women are with Korean men a lot, and white men are almost never with Korean women, except in a bad way. how does this connect to this idea of white supremacy?
So Korea, men,
We're
kids,
Asian woman.
Caucasian, okay, white, girl. And
It's in the media.
this is the reality.
No, this
So this is the TV.
This is more common in media, yeah.
And it's switched.
In reality, the opposite is more common.
Yeah.
White girl too.
No,
No, Korean girl. Okay,
Yeah,
Korean girl
girls
too.
too.
White
Asian.
men.
Right.
Okay.
So do you think this is related to the feeling or the idea of white supremacy in Korean, like in Korean society? I told you I asked her.
Let me think. I think, I don't know, it's my personal view, but I think that white Caucasian men, they tend to have this like kind of fantasy regarding about the Asian girl, something mysterious, or they like how they look like. It's like they have like slim eyes, and they have those oriental structures. I think I don't know. Maybe that's why 2 reasons why they're and then they're curious about Asian cultures, I guess. And I think that's why white man falls into the Korean girl or Asian girl. But in TV, I think that it has supremacy, white supremacy also, and moreover, there's more, how can I say, male dominant tendency, ideology in Korea. I mean, okay, in Korea, I don't know, like some of my friends, I'm not saying all of them, some of my friends tended to like, how can I say, glamorous body figure girls more than just thin girls or just normal Korean girl body figures. And I mean, being a man in Korea is kind of gives him a power. Okay, you're a man, and then you have like financially your power, and then and socially you are powerful than women in Korean society. I think it tends to have those kind of feelings into Korean media, and that's why, because he's powerful socially and financially, economically, and everything, and yeah, and so that's why he gets the white girl who is tall, who is blonde, or who is like has glamorous body figure, and whoever has money and social power gets white girl. That's what I think.
So the white girl is sort of a prize.
Yeah, it's a kind of prize. Like, okay, like I have this white girlfriend. That kind of. I don't know if that